Welcome everybody to the Cast from the Coast. My name is Adam Miles and I'm joined as always by Josh Lambert and Tim Johnson. Thank you everybody for tuning into this episode. Please take a moment to hit that subscribe button down below. Smash that subscribe button and check out all the new content that we produce on the Misunderstood Art Company. Tim, what are we talking about today?
We are going to watch a little ditty from 1986, the sequel to our previous episode in its original title, Demone 2. Incubo Ritorna, or better known, Demons 2, The Nightmare is Back.
Stay tuned. All right, Tim, give us the synopsis on Demone 2.
Leave me alone. I don't know how to say it. Only in English.
D-U-E.
All right.
Do.
You done?
I don't know. I just looked it up for you. You were curious.
Oh, thank you. A group of tenants and visitors are trapped in a 10-story high-rise apartment building infested with demons who proceed to hunt the dwindling humans down.
Checks out. That's what happened.
It's pretty much.
That is what happened.
There's a lot of glowing eyes in this movie. Yeah. It's like the one thing that gets to Tim. So Tim's got to like at least that part of the movie.
To be fair, before going into anything, yes, I did very highly appreciate that effect.
Okay.
And that aesthetic. It was good.
All right. Sounds good. Okay, so Demone 2. So
just call it Demons 2. Stop making fun of me. Stop.
Demons 2, as it were. So the movie that kicks off as a pseudo-sequel to the first one. So interestingly enough, it basically combines the idea of the first movie with a new situation as a, like I said, a pseudo-sequel. One of the confusing things that everybody kind of sits there and questions, and it takes maybe one or two viewings or some reading afterwards to kind of finally determine, or if you read a longer synopsis, this movie does take place after the events of the first one, where the city that was in the first movie was overrun. That's now become what is referred to in this movie as like the quarantine zone, or the what did they call it? It was like the war zone, the zone of no return. They had fucking names for it in this movie. But there was the documentary, kind of like what happens in the first one. It's kind of like a documentary movie, but this time it's on the TV, and it shows a bunch of teenagers basically breaking in.
It's on the TV
to the forbidden zone, as it were, and looking for proof of the demons, because they claim that even though the government and the military quarantined it off, nobody in the public eye has ever seen one of these demons. And when they bring back one of these demons from death, as it were, they reconstitute it with blood. It does this neat trick where it jumps through the fucking television at people and causes the shitstorm to occur.
Not gonna lie to you guys.
Too confusing.
I didn't
get any of that.
I saw this before as a kid on the movie channel. Okay, I don't remember any part of this movie whatsoever except for him coming through the TV, and it kind of traumatized me.
Like Josh and the fucking people under the
Gangly
stairs.
arms?
The gangly arms of the TV and shit. Yeah.
Don't know why.
Well, I mean,
one of those jarring effects.
Yeah, I mean, especially because it's a very simplistic effect what they did for it. I mean, it's just stretchy material that they used around a TV and they projected onto it what the faces
Yeah.
kind of coming through. But it's effectively cool. I mean, for an 80s horror movie, it looks cool. So it plays on the idea that demons can basically jump through the visuals of a camera and come to slay people. And in this, instead of trapped in a movie theater, they're actually trapped in a high computerized apartment complex. Is the best way to put it, I guess. It's a highly computerized apartment complex for security purposes, with a gym.
Yeah,
full of roid heads.
Like, was anybody else kind of uncomfortable with that gym scene? Like the
Which
fucking
one?
trainer just going around looking.
Keep it up, baby.
Yeah,
They're athletes. They're training, Timothy.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, why did they have to make it like a high-tech building?
No, it's just a way to
make it more
to invoke the situation.
Make it so they couldn't get out.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but in the theater, in the first one, the demons just like magically created a brick wall.
In
Couldn't
this
they
one,
just
they
do
didn't
that?
have to magically create a wall.
Yeah.
It was magically done for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. So the movie kind of centers around a couple of different family units, as it were, that are in the actual the complex. One of the main ones being Sally, who's having a birthday, and the birthday party that's going on. We got
that fantastic dancing.
The fantastic dancing, just about as good as Crispin Glover in Friday the 13th.
So fucking into it. Fucking hands are going up. Shit.
It's on par with Crispin Glover, and
Crispin Glover's dance scene is iconic. This guy was just way too into it.
It's on par with fucking Elaine from Seinfeld, what it's on par with.
Or
you know the guy I'm talking about, though, the guy all black with that, like, he looks like he should be wearing a tie with that shirt, but he's not.
But he's not. The tieless guy.
Yes, tieless guy.
The tieless guy. Oh man.
The girl whose birthday it was kind of a weirdo.
Yeah, she
Like,
was a bit of a weird crackhead, wasn't she? Yeah. Who said you could call him? Get out of my apartment! And she like fucks off to the bedroom and watches the demons on TV.
And while they're all eating her cake.
Yeah, they're just like, nah, fuck her. We're just gonna eat the cake anyway.
We're just here for the dance and then for the cake.
That's right. Did anybody see my tie? Oh man. Okay, so we have some other family units that are in here. We got the mother with the kid. We've got the pregnant wife with the husband who goes out. I think there's one or two others. Plus, like I said, the roid-headed jocks that are in the gym. That I love those scenes. I'm sorry, man, with him yelling at everybody. Keep on the reps, baby. He's just yelling at everybody. It's great. It's great. Yeah. So the premise here is pretty simplistic in a lot of ways. I mean, the demons come back. It is, like I said, it refers to the events of the first one. But now with this documentary, which is going live on TV somehow or somewhere, whatever that situation might be, the demons have a chance to come back, and they first start with taking over her, Sally, the birthday girl, and it's a massacre at that point. The transformation scenes, we'll talk about effects here a little bit after we talk to Josh here in a few moments, but I found that the transformation scenes, the effects, everything, it really did kind of seem like it was just directly the same type of movie.
On par.
It was pretty on par with the first one that way.
Effects work. They didn't really ramp a whole lot up, and they didn't really change a whole lot, which is nice that they kept the same kind of effects, the glowing eyes, the unnatural like colors.
Yeah,
it makes it look like someone cracked a glow stick and just rolled it out of their mouth.
Put it in their eyes, right in their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing that they really changed was the birth of the demon this time around.
Yeah, the little demon imp.
Yeah, little demon imp thing. Yeah. Okay. Anything you guys would like to talk about when it comes to the actual storyline? Speak now.
So, was it a documentary at first? Because, mind you, my first watching, I thought it was like they were setting it up so that the first movie was a movie. Was that not the case?
Yeah, it's kind of like a pseudo mockumentary documentary, if you really want to call it. So in the first one, the
Right.
movie that they went to go see was kind of like a mockumentary documentary, and it brings the demons. Whereas in this one, they refer to the events of the first movie.
Do the people do, or is it just in the film?
In the film. So, like, the film opens up, the movie itself, Demons 2, opens up talking about the fact that the events of the first one occurred.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, and then when the actual movie on TV's going, they're talking about the fact that they're going into the Forbidden Zone where the demons...
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So it refers to the fact that this is, like, supposed to be like them documenting them going in and trying to find demons that would have existed from the first
I got
movie.
very meta vibes, like they were trying to set up the first film as it was a film, and then the second film, they're watching that film within a film. I got very confused.
You believe it was a little too meta.
Not since Phantasm have I been this confused trying to figure out if it was a movie or not. It was all a dream.
That fever dream.
It was all a dream. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if that's the case, then Josh, why don't you just kind of go ahead and give us your
Give
notes
me
on
old
this?
notes, eh?
Yeah, just
Okay.
regale us with your stories.
Okay.
Okay.
My first viewing of Demons 2 took place June 20th, 2021 at 8:28 p.m. First thing I said here was big shoes to fill, things I'm looking for, expanding the demon lore, upping the ante with the gore, and looking for them to still follow the established rules in the first film. Whoever did like the cake work at first, those cakes were beautiful. I am an admirer of a good cake, and that was someone put a lot of work into those cakes. They looked very nice.
Some good old 1980s cake.
No tomfoolery in the elevator. Full-on crotch shot of this aerobics girl. This is definitely the 80s. I wrote, so Demons 1 is a movie, and they're watching a movie about it? Question mark. Maybe not, I guess. I don't know. Hey, baby, mind if we do it with the television on? That's funny. Oh, kid, you fucked up. You aren't supposed to say you're alone. This kid is like, oh no, I'm all alone. Mommy and daddy aren't here. That's like rule number 1 when you're left alone. You don't say that.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, this kid's definitely going to get murdered. They spread the contagion from their fingernails, so we have a rules confirmation for me. That was very important. Magic mirror shows her demonic face. Don't know why. The film mirrors reality, similar to in the first one. So when things happen in the movie or TV show she's watching, it happens in reality. First demon effect are pretty tame. I felt they looked almost like a zombie, and less like the grotesque demons from the first one. The TV effect was really cool and pretty freaky. Demons are coming through the TVs. I think she might have had some of the director's cocaine. The teeth are back, which is awesome. Gross. Demons to the TV is bullshit. Should be a karma situation. Touch the mask, get wrecked. Just watching the TV, there's no karma situation. She didn't do anything to invoke the demons.
She was there.
Another birthday? Yeah, I guess. Bet's placed that the pregnant lady is going to have a demon pop out of her. You don't want our child to be born with a birthmark. What the fuck is she talking about? Is there like a legend that if you don't eat a craving, you get a birthmark? Is that a thing?
I assumed that when I heard that too. I was like, I've never heard of that, but that might be. If you don't give in to the craving, the child gets a birthmark?
That's stupid. I never heard of that.
I don't know. Does it like look like the food you're craving?
Like that's
you want
where
fucking lasagna? You're born with like a fucking lasagna birthmark?
Little wavy pieces of goodness.
Yeah, weird. The demons are very gooey, which is good. I love this Terry Crews wannabe guy at the gym, jacked and screaming, comical.
Yep.
Enter the crazy punks. This is pretty beat for beat. This lady in the elevator is freaking out. Demon dog, question mark. All of a sudden, stuck in the elevator is actually a very, very good place to be. What do you mean plant pots won't break steel beams? Question mark. Did you see that? They're trying to break through the steel and they're just like smashing plant pots against it. They're like, it didn't work.
I think I tuned out that stupidity.
What's the deal with the demons locking everything down no matter where they go? It doesn't work. No shit. Their power's out. And I said, just drive through it. Like, they got all these cars. Why don't they just fucking just start hammering through these gates? Never mind. They did, and it didn't work. Halfway through this point, and no gratuitous 80s nudity. Confused face. Put out that fire. Like, he was pretty keen on lighting it in the first place, and now he's, like, scolding them to put it out.
It happens.
Yeah. I like that no one's like, we can't kill Steve, he's our buddy. This film doesn't play that game. They're like, nah, Steve is a demon, fuck him up immediately. Like, there's none of that, like, battle that they have in most of the films. Even in Evil Dead, they're like, yo, you can't kill Shelly, she's our friend. No, fuck her up, she's a demon.
This movie? Oh, you're fucking, you're fucking tainted, man. I'm gonna kill you now.
Yeah. Take charge, angry black man. This group definitely needed a leader, and you are the one for it. So much for never having an accident. Gross little demon boy. Smaller, grosser demon boy. Inside the demon child. Throw a towel on it. At this point, I decided she deserves to die.
Because she threw a towel on it?
Her solution to this little demon imp is throw a towel on it. The demon frog leap was the cheesiest thing I've seen thus far. Locking it in the hide-a-bed was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. And impaling it with an umbrella. Thank fuck, I don't know how much more screeching I could have taken. That was extremely annoying and unnecessary. They grabbed his wiener.
Adam's blinking uncomfortably.
They grabbed his wiener in the film.
Yeah.
Greasy move, demons. Greasy.
Greasy move, do you?
First we need to get to the roof. Never mind. You stay here. I'm gonna go fight the demons. I thought she was going to eat the frosting. I mean, end of the world. Fuck your keto diet. Just go to town and start eating that frosting. When she walks in, it's just the cake there. What the fuck? A film studio. Obvious demon baby is obvious. Did I miss the whole arc with the punks? Or did they just crash? Or I don't know what happened there. And then the last line is, I think that lady just died to death.
I think that lady just died to death?
Yep. She just started dying, and then she died to death.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened? Those are my notes on Demons 2.
I gotta admit, it really feels like Josh had an underwhelming experience with this movie. I can't wait to see what Josh actually thinks about the movie. I'm intrigued by this.
Greetings from Tromaville. I'm Lloyd Kaufman, president of Troma Entertainment and creator of The Toxic Avenger. You know, folks, when we're not making those great movies like Tromeo and Juliet and Return to Nukamai, aka Volume 2, the Troma team and I like to kick back and listen to They Cast from the Coast. They Cast from the Coast is really the best entertainment, the best education, and the best emotional liberation that Lloyd Kaufman can possibly experience. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's talk effects work here for a couple minutes. So, as we stated earlier, the effects work in this movie is actually pretty much on par with the first one, to be honest. The demons look pretty much the same. It's like they literally just kind of reused a lot of the sculpts and the prosthetics and, you know, and the ideas behind it. They were gooey. I love the veining, right?
Yeah.
I found the actual prosthetics were less, though. Like, there was less, like, super demonic looking.
True.
There was more just slap makeup and goo on them.
Yeah,
True.
dirty face, greasy demons.
Some of the hero demons, you could see, like, they would bring out, like, the ocular bones and the brows a little bit, you know, and then obviously you got the teeth on some of them, and then you got the veining effects. Some of them were kind of painted on. Some of them were like a 3D prosthetic-looking veining effect that were on them. You know, and obviously the contacts that some of them had. And then obviously you throw on the goo. You know what I mean? And they were all fucking gooey and shit. And, you know, I like that. There was a consistency. So, like, when I look at this movie, I see the demons, like, and I love the views of the demons looking around. Like, there's those really fishbowl looking effects where she, like, looks and she, like, twitches and looks into the camera. You know, like, that's cool shit to me, right? And it really shows off the effects work. And they weren't afraid to get it right in the camera's face like that. The demon boy. It was very obviously not a young child when he turned into a demon.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what do you mean?
What do you mean, Adam? All I could think to myself is, between takes, the guy sitting there with the cigar going, I've played an 8-year-old before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was clearly a little person.
It was clearly a little person. It was funny though to see that kind of occur, because the way that they sculpted the demon face and put it onto him, because it was probably the heaviest of the prosthetics that I could see, because they made him try to look like the kid. You know, from that perspective. And it worked. It worked. But I'm just like, all I could think of is this guy sitting there with a fucking cigar going, it's not the first time I've played an 8-year-old, you know? Been doing this for 20 years.
Adam, I'm not going to lie.
To get into character.
I'm not going to lie. That was an uncanny Alex Jones. That was an uncanny Alex Jones in my
the bald head
right
now, too, yeah. Oh, my.
Wow.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones. 20 years. The gore in this movie was actually fairly minimal. That's the one thing I got to say about this movie. They did a lot of scratching. They did a lot of that. But like the first one had everything from the eye gouging, the extra vomiting, the open wounds that were all over the place. This movie I found was a little bit more tame. It's almost like the demons were just scratching people and running.
Yeah.
There's not a lot else going on there. I think the worst of it was when like the imp demon was born. It was kind of like the worst of the gore. But it wasn't even... That was still pretty tame. For the most part. That was probably the most disappointing part of the effects for me. Alright, so... Throw in your 2 cents. Yeah.
No, I agree. It was... I feel they didn't up the ante as much as they should have for the sequel. I feel they reused a lot of the same effects, which is great to keep consistency. But then you lose some of the effects as well. I felt there was more of almost like a monster suit feel in the first ones, with some people so covered in prosthetics that it could have been a fucking rubber suit.
Yeah, and like
and in this one, it was a lot more
and...
subtle. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I just felt like it didn't have the same amount of, like, I don't know, craft. Like, not to take anything away from, you know, the people that worked on this movie, but I don't know, you know, I liked the first one, and I could feel that they liked the first one when they were making it. And I almost feel like this one was just pumped out because the first one was kind of successful. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just like the craft wasn't there.
Well, yeah, and I can totally agree with that. And, I mean, Josh brought up a point there earlier. The story almost goes beat for beat, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have the introduction of people in a scenario where you know they're not going to get out. You have the introduction of a movie of some kind. You know, you have the rules being generally established. In the first one, it was the mask and the bodies. In this one, it was just the demon body itself, which became reconstituted. It came through the TV, instead of having one of the people turn directly into a demon from the mask, which was in reality. But after that, it was like, you got the punk characters outside that were brought in. You have people trapped, people trying to find a way, people trying to fight back. You know, it was almost beat for beat the same movie in a lot of ways, but you're just introducing an apartment complex with people living separate lives.
Right.
Versus everybody being thrown into it, all these total strangers being thrown into it. So it is kind of almost like, you're right, like, oh, hey, we had a pretty decent success with the first one. What can we do for the sequel?
Do it again.
Let's do it again. Hey,
Do it again.
I had an idea. And it's kind of like,
we're doing it again.
and maybe they intended for it to be that way, because as Josh kind of said, it was kind of meta feeling in the beginning, the way that things were kind of working. Maybe that was an intentional thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Fair. Yeah.
You know, I guess we'll never know.
I mean, that's all I want. Just want the same story told to me over and over again.
With different people in a different location.
Not even. Fuck. I'll play the same Zelda game fucking every single day.
Yep.
I watch the same Star Wars every fucking day. Just
your favorite horror is Evil Dead. Same fucking cabin.
Yeah. Just do it again.
Just do it again.
Just do it again. Again.
Hey, you know that thing that you did? Yeah, do that again.
Not even. You just sit there as soon as it's done. You say again.
Again.
You do it. You say
rewind, bitches.
again.
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 Oh, Josh.
Oh, man. Okay. You have anything else to add to the effects work? Anybody?
No.
No.
All right. Then I think it is time for a very special moment on our show. One that we all enjoy. We love this so much. Tim?
I'm starting not to enjoy it. Just kidding.
It is officially time for the trivia. The trivia time with Tim.
Dun dun.
So when we're done and you say trivia time with Tim, can you do it in the Alex Jones voice?
20 years.
No, but like when we're done.
Okay.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm starting off. I'll start it off. Okay. The little boy who played the demon was actually an adult dwarf.
No fuck.
That's
Yeah.
the fake one.
That's the fake
Right
one.
there.
Yeah. Bobby Rhodes, who played Tony the Pimp in Demons, returns as a completely different character in the sequel. Lino
I like to think they're twin
Salmi, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but Lino is the first name, also appears, this time as a security guard. The scene where Hannah has a baby was not originally part of the original script. Originally, Hannah's baby would become a demon inside her and claw its way out. The scene was taken out when Lombardo Brava and Dario Argento decided they wanted a happier ending.
Lame.
It is lame.
You can see that though, because it almost felt like it was supposed to be building up to a demon baby, but it didn't happen. I think that one might be right.
Whenever there is a pregnant woman in a zombie or demon possession film, and I don't get to see a zombie baby or a demon baby, I am disappointed.
Why show the shotgun if you're not going to use it?
Right?
Exactly. This is a continuation. With the original ending being changed for a happier one, Lombardo Brava was asked at a convention about the original demon baby scene. He said, after crawling out and climbing up Hannah, the baby proceeded to rip her throat out.
That's cool.
Savage.
I would have wanted to see that.
That was the original not happy ending. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would have been pretty happy to see that.
I would have been very happy to see that, actually.
The resurrection of the first demon was done by filming a melting wax head, then playing the footage in reverse. Asia Argento's first film debut.
Yeah.
Although not a fan of the horror genre, leading actress Nancy Briley nonetheless agreed to act in this movie because she wanted to really work with special effects. The first demon popping out of the television was done by having an actor wear a mask and press his face against a latex screen. And finally, because there's not a lot of trivia with this one, shooting began June 30th, 1986.
It's not a lot of trivia.
No.
No.
Okay, Josh.
They all seem very plausible.
They do, don't they? I think I have my suspicion.
Is there a fake one today?
Yes, there is. One of them.
Oh.
Okay, I have my thought.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, no. Before he says, can you just run through and give me like a 30-second recap?
All of them?
No, just like, so the first one was what? You don't have to read it word for word.
First one was the little demon being played by a little person.
I believe that was true.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was Tony the Pimp and Demons.
I believe that is true.
Okay. The Resurrection was done by film. Oh, no. I skipped one. The original was the scene, her having a baby wasn't part of the original script.
Okay.
I believe that is probable, but that so far is the least likely.
And then it was asked at a convention about the original scene and why it was taken out. And then the resurrection of the first demon was melting wax.
Yeah.
Asia Argento's first film. Nancy Briley not being a fan, but wanted to be working with special effects. First demon popping out of the television, wearing a mask, and June 30th was the day they started shooting.
Okay, so my suspicions are either the original ending or being asked about the original ending.
Well, pick one.
Right.
I'm gonna pick.
My problem is they can't both exist.
I tend to agree with Josh. I think my feeling is the fake one is being asked about the original ending in the description that was given.
Yeah. And the only reason I think that is both, because if those are the two, one of them is fake, you can't be asked about an ending that didn't exist.
That's a good point.
So the first step has to be establishing it existed.
It seems a little too pandering to us that Tim might have made that up, because that does sound fucking cool.
Wasn't the last fake one about a convention?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was about the drugs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, asked at a convention about the
your
drugs.
Little buddy Adam that was in on the trick says, "Yeah, I remember that. I think I heard about that at a convention. Someone asked him that."
Well, I remember about this one too, Josh.
I'm suspicious of this fella now.
Adam is not in cahoots with me today.
I'm not in cahoots. We are not in cahoots.
Well, I'm in agreement with Adam. I don't think no one was asked at a convention, because for that to be true, then the other one would have to be false, which isn't possible.
I'm not going to get that logic.
The
I'm just
ending
going to say I don't
been...
think it is.
What?
I said I'm not going to go with that logic. I think that there's a possibility that was eventually talked about, or there's a script out there or something like this. But being specifically asked at a convention, and then that's the description
Adam,
given.
Stop and think about it. Of the two, so those are the two that are.
But why are those the two that are jumping out at you?
Because all the other ones are like obvious fact.
How are they obvious fact?
A little person played the child. No shit.
Wouldn't it fucking blow your mind if that was really a little kid?
I honestly hope it is.
That'd be amazing.
That's the fake one. That's the fake
20 years I've been doing this.
20 years. But yeah, so if there never was an ending that was less happy, then how could they be asked about it at a convention?
But if you also remember,
yeah,
one of them was about the special effect on how the television was done, and it's completely different than what Adam said it was done as.
They pushed through a screen.
Yeah, I just said like stretchy screen of some. So
with the projection and shit.
I don't know about that, but that's the same thing they did in Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with the extra description. It sounds like it was kind of added on, tacked on.
Yeah,
Josh,
the convention, based on the fact that the two of them, those are my two. That one of them is fake.
You're natter now. You just fucking. Yes, you guys are right.
Yay! I got one! Holy shit!
And to be fair to me, I literally made that up 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes
Tim's
ago.
like, I'm not even putting the fucking effort into it anymore.
I've been sick. I normally do it the day of, right? I normally do it the day of. And I was like, what's an easy one that I can fucking do? And I remember how I used to do it, where I would take a piece of trivia and then just add to it.
Yeah, just
I decided to
tweak it.
make it its own piece of trivia.
Okay.
Does that satisfy you, Josh? Like, is that?
It does, but it gave it away because the two can't both not exist.
But I don't understand what made the originals, that original one kind of pop out to you anyway, because
Because
the
it was the
actual,
only thing that wasn't matter of fact.
but the actual piece of trivia, the real trivia,
Right.
in the scene where Hannah has a baby, was not part of the original script. Originally, Hannah's baby would become a demon and claw its way out from her. The scene was taken out by the two of them because they decided they wanted a happier ending.
Happy ending.
Right? So then I was like, ha ha ha, what was that scene originally?
Right.
And he
So
was out.
that's why I knew it was fake. Because if the first one was fake, then the second one couldn't exist. You couldn't have an answer to a fake question.
Yeah, but I just don't know how you got that. You're like a fucking idiot savant. this fucking trivia shit.
Fucking Rain Man over here.
Yeah. Like,
There's no
I
mirrors.
don't know how you do it, Josh. Like, I am extremely proud of you and completely frustrated
And pissed off.
at the same time.
All right.
You're not making this fun for me anymore.
Okay.
And I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
And that, everybody, has been Trivia Time with Tim.
I played a lot of Boulder Dash as a kid.
Boulder Dash.
You ever played that game? Where you're
Yes.
given a word and you had to make up a fake definition?
Yep. That's Josh. All right. Trivia Time with Tim. There you go.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, it is time for us to give our final thoughts and our rating on the movie. So, because there wasn't very much trivia, I'm going to go with Tim.
Oh, yay.
Oh,
Thanks.
yay. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thanks, Adam.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't really like this movie. I felt I was bored. It felt like it felt like a fucking sequel. A soulless, let's make some money because the first one did okay, sequel. The story wasn't intriguing. The special effects, though okay, were not as good as the original one was. Like, I found that, after reflecting and talking to you guys about the first one, all the little subtle Evil Dead references and stuff like that were in the first one, none of that was in this one. Like, really, like, I don't know, like, it was just a retread of the first film that wasn't very fucking eventful. And yeah, I was bored. I mean, there was some funny stuff. Like, I laughed a lot. And I was like, cringed a lot. Like, that fucking weightlifting scene was weird. The dancing scenes were weird. The like the hero demons, like the ones that they actually spent time doing the makeup for, were pretty legit. And like Adam said at the start, like the glowing eyes, I appreciated. I appreciated that effect. But I mean, all in all, I was just like kind of meh. Like, I was on my phone a lot. And I mean, I didn't even really go that far to try to find this movie. This movie's on that fucking YouTube. And it's like
That's how you know it's a good one, when the copyright owners don't even care that it's up on YouTube.
And it's like a VHS upload, so like every once in a while it'd be the lines going up.
That's the best way to watch it.
It was like, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciated it. I
feel like adding that as a filter to all my Blu-rays.
And like it, it's kind of shaky and all this. The sound kind of sucked. Yeah, I just I didn't remember this movie at all until I saw that scene of the fucking coming through the TV, and I remember being traumatized as a little kid, and I don't even think I watched the whole thing. I think I just saw that scene. But I mean, I don't know. The soundtrack was okay. I don't know. I just wasn't. I feel like I wasted my time watching this movie. It wasn't a fun outing like the first one, and I am going to give it a G.
Ooh, okay. It's a good movie, not great, but not bad.
It was like I can appreciate and I can absolutely praise what was good in it, absolutely, but I feel that there was more meh than good. So it just gets a good meh.
Okay, all right, I'll go next. So you're right. This movie does not hold a candle to the original. The original's fun. The original is different. It's interesting. It's like, you know, the Return to the Living Dead mashup in, you know, in demon world in you know, Italian cinema. I like it. I had a lot of fun with it. The sequel, as per what we've already stated here in this episode, it's kind of like a rehash of the first movie. It tries to kind of redo the movie in a similar fashion. It just kind of takes the situation, puts different characters in a different scenario, but kind of replays. The movie has its positives. I do like the demon creatures. I do like some of the effects work that's in the movie. Overall, the atmosphere is pretty fun. I like the idea of things. But you're right, it does kind of fall flat in a lot of ways. I can honestly say, out of the two movies, Demons and Demons 2, I always did prefer Demons 1 growing up. And the only thing I really ever remembered about Demons 2 was it was basically the same movie, but in an apartment complex. And to be honest, I couldn't even remember why the apartment complex was not able to be exited. And all I remember is the same guy in both movies. One time he's a pimp, and the other time he's a fucking, you know, roided out weightlifter yelling at people. You know, it's like, why? You know?
They're brothers.
They're brothers. Different towns, different situations.
Not in a black way, just like birth brothers.
Thank you for that distinction.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear here. Overall, it's not like it's a terrible shit movie, you know, like it's definitely one of those ones, like if I was to sit down and watch Demons, I'd probably sit down and watch Demons 2 shortly thereafterwards, just to kind of cleanse the palate on this. Just understanding that there's actually like 4 in the series, technically. Right? But they get progressively worse. And I'm talking like Demons 1 is awesome. Demons 2 is like, yeah, okay, it's pretty cool. Demons 3 is like, what the fuck? Demons
We're not
4,
watching that for the next episode.
Demons 4 is like everything you hate. Right?
Isn't it like one of those unofficial sequels? Like the La Casa sequels?
Kind of. It's kind of like the way that Zombie and Zombie Dawn of the Dead occurred, right? So you have Demons 2, then you have Demons 3, what is it, The Church or something like this, and then you have Demons 4, The Ogre. It's weird.
Because there's like 5 Evil Dead sequels in like Italian cinema all called La Casa, but they're not like any connection.
Yeah. These ones all have a connection because it's all through the same production house, and Umberto Lava is like involved. Michel Salve, he was the guy that played the man with the metal face in the first movie. He's like directing one of them and producing the other one and shit like this. They all have ties to the original series. But they were released under different names. Like The Church was just released as The Church, but then it was like Demons 3, The Church. Then there was like The Ogre, and Demons 4, The Ogre, something like that, right? It's weird. I'm gonna have to agree with Tim though. This movie is at best good. Like it's not like a shit movie. It's definitely a rainy afternoon movie. I'd watch it in conjunction with Demons 1, and it has some going for it. You know, if I bought a Blu-ray set of Demons 1 and 2 for a good price, I'd buy it.
I'd buy it. I don't care.
I'd buy that for $1. Josh.
This movie fucking pissed me off. I'm not even gonna lie. I was mad. I sit down, I'm watching this movie, remembering what a great experience I had with the first movie, and then I get this. This is like Kool-Aid with not enough sugar in it. It's like your mom skipping on the sugar, making the Kool-Aid, after you just had a delicious glass of cherry Kool-Aid with the full amount of sugar in it.
It's like your sibling drinking half the Kool-Aid, then filling it back up with water.
Yeah, and then you're handed it and said, "Yeah, this is just as good, if not better, than the first glass of Kool-Aid you had."
We're out of milk. Put water on your cereal.
It was shitty. And it pissed me off.
I just love Josh's food analogies.
No, it did. It pissed me off. I was mad. I was fuming watching this movie. I was like, you ain't getting any of the great things from the first one. The effects were tamed down. The monsters, the first monster didn't even look like a fucking monster. She looked like she just woke up out of bed and didn't get enough sleep that night. And now I'm supposed to imagine she's the same as the gnarly, teeth-losing demons from the first one. The storyline didn't make sense. The mask disappeared, which was the whole origin of the demons from the first one. That's like having Evil Dead 2 and be like, oh yeah, there's no Necronomicon this time. The demons just popped out of the TV. Fucking dumb.
Okay.
Just saying.
So how do you really feel?
I will gladly never watch this film again. It rightfully deserves a G, but because it pissed me off so much, it's getting a shit rating. S
Damn.
Because it pissed me off. This is a House 2 situation. You see House 2 and you say, man, that was an amazing movie. I'm going to watch one of the other ones of that series. And the next one, not nearly as good. Pisses you off.
It is a rarity for Josh to say, this is shit! Josh likes things. This is wrong. This is bad. I'm sorry, Josh. This movie pissed you off.
Made me mad.
Oh.
Got my hope with the first one. Said this is an excellent series. These demons are beautiful.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the second one's a shit movie.
Little person running around pretending to be an 8-year-old.
Been doing this for 20 years. All right. Well, that just goes to show that, sequels are not always better. Sequels are not always even that good.
You're supposed to ramp it up.
Yeah.
Sequel, it's Jurassic Park 2. You're supposed to ramp it up, bigger dinosaurs.
Okay. Demone 2.
Yeah, bigger Demone.
All right. Fuck. All right. Well, that's been a good conversation for the night. We all know how Josh really feels now, and this is an absolute shit movie, according to him. Nowhere near the classic that is House 2, by the way. That's Josh's favorite movie of all time.
Fucking rights.
You're fucking right. So,
not even close.
Oh, fuck. So thank you, everybody, for tuning into this.
It's still going on.
Just give him the fucking floor. Give him the microphone.
Fucking caterpillar dogs.
No Not every movie has caterpillar dogs.
Good ones do.
Are you done? Are you fucking done? Just cut his fucking mic, people. Just cut his fucking mic.
Cut his mic.
Cut his mic. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode. We've had a great conversation. It's always fun to actually check out new movies. Don't base everything on our recommendations like this all the time. Check out movies for yourself. This is just how we feel about the movie. Josh sure as fuck isn't going to tell you to go watch this movie, but I'd say go and watch it if you have nothing else to watch. So there you go. Thank you once again. Check out everything that we have on the YouTube channel for the Misunderstood Art Company. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. Get the notifications when we put out new content. We are also on Facebook. Check out the Misunderstood Art Company. Like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about us. We produce audio copies of this content every week as well on all the major podcasting platforms, including but not limited to Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music, etc., etc. We're also on Patreon. Open up your hearts and your wallet. Tim needs his caffeine fix. That's what he needs. And until next time, Josh.
Just fucking pissed off. Man, this movie, you made me grumpy. Now I'm going to go to bed, be grumpy, thinking about this stupid sequel.
Your better half is going to hate us for this fucking show. You're going to be like grumbling in bed. She's like, shut up!
What's wrong? What the fucking talk?
What's wrong, Josh? Fucking movie. It didn't have caterpillar dogs. Tim.
Oh, you always make me laugh before I gotta do mine. Stay safe and stay spooky.
Until next time, keep it creepy, everybody.
Good night.